back to another Food Reviews with Fatty. I do have a special treat for everybody today. I'm doing a new sub that just came out from Firehouse Subs. This is a limited edition. Basically what it is it's called the Garlic Pepperoni Pizza Sub. So this starts off with a small loaf of garlic bread. It has meatballs, pepperoni, cheese, Italian seasoning, and I also chose my choice of toppings, which in this case was light lettuce, light banana peppers, and light black olives. However, this was just more or less because this is not just going to be a review. Since this sandwich was at a pretty high price point, I decided to go ahead and make it also my dinner tonight. So, just to give a broad range, they do have a small for $6.99. They have a what they call a I didn't make this up. You can look on the app. The next one is a between 7 and 8 inch sub, or a between 11 and 12 inch sub. The 7 to 8 is $10.50. The 11 to 12 looks like right around $15 and some change after tax. So that is quite pricey for subs. So I'm going to go ahead and note that first. That's quite a pricey price. Just step back and walk back a little bit, just to give you the understanding. This is Food Reviews with Fatty. If you don't already know, and you're new to the channel, I am Fatty. So I'm your host, Jay. And that's Fatty, P-H-A-T-T-Y. So as far as this sub goes, it's a pretty simple sub. It's going to be pretty hard to really mess this up. So that's just the one thing I want to say straight off. Now, I typically get it with the same thing. I like banana peppers on pizza subs. It makes it really makes it stand out. It has that like sweet flavor. So yeah, I chose to do that specifically because that is something that I really do like. So, without further ado, they already sectioned this, thank God, because it's not a huge sub, but it's definitely a honker when it comes down to it. I'll show you. Let me just get this picked up here. There we are. This is what I opted for. It's considered the small sub, as you can see. It's sectioned. Well, this is not the small one. This is the medium, I believe. Please don't quote me on that one. I just ordered one because I wanted to definitely do a review on this, because Firehouse Subs is one that I have not ever, more or less, I have never done a review or eaten at this place before. I'm not saying they're not good. They're probably one of the best sub places ever, just because not only do they sell subs, but the Firehouse and subs means that they also help out like first responders and firehouses, literally. From what I understand, it was founded by firemen, and so they do actually put proceeds back to that, so that's a good cause. I mean, I'm sure the funding in most of these places, especially firehouses, are not super spectacular. I mean, especially for the job that they have to do, so I do commend the place for that. However, just to cover the customer service basis, when I pulled up at 40 after. I ordered it for 55 after because it's Friday traffic. Here in Florida, typically Friday traffic. This is September 1st. It's the first of the month and it's a Friday, so being as it's first Friday, technically, of this month, I was very concerned about traffic and getting down US 19 here in Pinellas Park. I felt that I was going to have a real big issue with the traffic. Well, I didn't. I showed up at 40 after. Their customer service representative in the window, if that's what you want to call him, sorry drive-through guy, but I'm calling you out, mushmouth. He pulls up to the window. I mean, dentures are really not hard to come by today in this day and age, even if it's just the ones that with a little bit of that stuff. And he walked right up to the window, full meth mouth. No big deal. I don't have a problem with people without teeth. However, I will say, if you want to look proper in a restaurant and not make your restaurant look horrible, please wear your dentures to work. But instead of, and I said, yeah, I'm here to pick up my mobile order. And I get up to the window, and he's like, hey, it's been 25 minutes. You're supposed to be here in 25 minutes from now. And I kind of just looked at him like, well, it's 40 after. You guys forced me to order it either 40 or 55 after. So that's 15 minutes, not 25, Mr. Drive-Thru Worker, okay? So, learn how to count. All right? Now, I wouldn't have picked on this man had he not been rude to me right off the rip. The girl that gave me the sub, that came to the window and brought me the sub after she made it, she was really nice. And girl at the drive-thru, wink, wink, you are nice looking. The cigarette didn't really do you no good, but man, it's still cute. So hey, I give you that props, and not just because you're cute, because you was also very, very cordial and friendly. That's the most important part, is my review of the customer service and the full all-around experience. As I always say, I do give an honest review of everything that involves the experience, so that way it's fully immersive for everybody who watches my videos. That covers that customer aspect. It wasn't really that bad of an experience. It just, the gentleman kind of giving me a rude attitude about being early because I got through traffic a little faster than I expected. As anybody knows, in Florida, there's no expectations really of being able to get anywhere hardly ever. So, I mean, you know, to be able to actually whip through traffic, get off at 2:30 at my job, be there within 10 minutes, and on US 19, ask anybody in Florida, they'll tell you that's almost impossible. It wasn't impossible because I know how to switch lanes and kind of watch what the patterns of traffic are doing. I've been down here for 14 years, driving in this very exact same traffic, and it has really never changed. It's always been pretty heavy. So, yeah, you know, him giving me that rude attitude, it is what it is. I'm like water off of a dove's back. I just let it go. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now, since we're talking about it, let's go ahead and try the sub. I'm over him and his mess. So let's give this a try here. I did pick wheat bread, by the way. I just felt that was, if I'm going to have something that's snack worthy, tomorrow's my birthday, so this is kind of like my little birthday treat to myself, because I don't really have a significant other. And yeah, that's right, single man. Yeah, good credit, good job, no woman. Car, my own apartment, no woman. So, until one comes along, ladies, I'm still looking. So, let's not worry about that. Let's get back to this wheat bread. Like I said, I just thought that would be a little healthier for this completely unhealthy snack. So, let's see. They put, oh, that's right. They put the garlic butter. That's what it is, to make it like a garlic, the bread like a garlic bread. So, that's the other thing I forgot. So, I just wanted to go ahead and cover that base. And if you want to take a look at that right there one more time. Look at the, they put the pepperoni on the very top so it seals in all the toppings. That way it's not as easy to fall off, which I love that. That's a great idea. Sub shops like Wawa, Subway, Jersey Mike's, you guys need to really take a pointer from this playbook, because that is actually ingenious, to make it where the pepperoni or some kind of topping, something is holding in the toppings so it's not going everywhere. So I'm going to get probably a little bit here and there. If I get a little bit on my face, I'll use a napkin and clean it up, all right? But I got to take a pretty big bite to try to be able to really be able to review this, and so I'm going to just go ahead and let it rip. Okay, here we go. Oh, geez. For the price, this thing is massive. And really, my big concern is that maybe the toppings that they put on this is better. In general, like tasting, you know, Subway, they fail to touch bases because they want to make everything turkey. Turkey bacon, turkey ham, turkey, chicken turkey, Guys, stop with the turkey and make some actual chicken, some actual beef. I bet you the steak. I bet you it's turkey steak and we just don't know it. They had enough seasoning that it just makes it taste different. Bet that's probably it. So let's go ahead and try to dip in one more time because I really want to see if these toppings feel any different, because that's the big thing. Jazz hands. Okay, so here's my first impression. I'm just going to say it. I understand they put garlic butter on this, but I don't understand why that when I take that one bite, that one good bite, I get the one good bite, and my whole mouth is just like plastered with grease. I understand pepperoni can be greasy, so I accept that much. But why the meatballs are going to be greasy, I don't know. So that's my first impression. The mozzarella tastes pretty good. I can taste the pepperoni tastes actually really good, so that tells me it's not turkey pepperoni like Subway. Giving you a shout out, buddy. I don't know why you have turkey everything, but I'll never get over that. Okay, so I do feel like the toppings are a little more, I don't know about fresh, because these are fast food restaurants we're talking about. Nothing really is fresh, no matter how they say it. The only thing that I've ever found in any restaurant I've ever worked at before that was ever fresh, and they really do mean it, and I'm really, I hate to let the cat out of the bag, Wendy's, but Wendy's burgers, they really do show up. I wouldn't say fresh, because that's kind of pushing it, but they're not frozen. So that's definitely a step up in the meat market, because it'd be fresh. But if this is not fresh, it definitely makes you feel like it's fresh cheese, it's fresh pepperoni. The meatballs are good size. They're not little tiny meatballs like the size of a quarter, like, well, once again, Subway, I'm giving you a shout out, buddy. You guys really don't have a whole lot of impressive items. Even if you add 45 more subs, it's always going to be an amalgamation of the same exact thing. And I'm sorry, but that's what you do. Because some big name athlete is putting out their new sandwich of the month doesn't mean that it's that special. It's just their way of making their sub. So when do I get a food reviews with Fatty Supreme, huh? Where's my sub? I'm more than willing to, jump out there, even though I'm no sponsor. I'd be willing, if you're willing to sponsor me, to do a review of your food as well. Maybe one day I will do a Subway one. Probably not, because I just don't really care for Subway anymore. They've disappointed me with their extra high prices. This one was $10.50. For $10.50, I would get the same size sub. However, the quality just doesn't feel the same. This bread is really nice. I imagine some of that grease wasn't really grease. It was probably like a garlic butter, because they did say they put the garlic butter on this. So that could be the truth of that also as well. I'm going to take one more bite just to be sure that I'm how I feel about this. Because this one is a tough one, because it does remind me a lot of Subway. It just don't, like I said, fresher. It feels fresher kind of in a way. And these guys, they're really competition. Like, they're right down the block from each other on Park Boulevard here in Pinellas Park. So, I mean, that just goes to show where it stands in the general sense. And I mean right up the block, like not even a half a mile away from each other. So they're clearly competition. For anybody to have their buildings that close, there has to be something going on there. This is kind of similar to Moe's and Taco Bell on the same road. So, I'm sorry, Boulevard. Okay. Okay. Are you ready for this? I don't thumbs down everything in life. I don't thumbs down everything that I taste. I like to give an honest review, and I go with my first opinion, my first instinct toward the foods. Just for the record. It's not like I got one restaurant that's paying me. Although you can if you want me to promote for you. And I really don't have any like informal opinions really about anybody. I just know the things that I see, factual nature, and I put those in the video because I feel like that also is very informative for people who want to order these items themselves, and if there's things they don't like, they don't have to have that. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I have to say this garlic pepperoni meatball pepperoni sub is all right with me. It's got the thumbs up. This is a really good sub. Like I said, it tastes really fresh. The putting the pepperoni on the outside and letting it thoroughly cook to a crispy texture, and the cheese to melt at the same time with it, that really made it amazing. It's almost like there's a pizza right on top, and that's what they call it, like the meatball pepperoni pizza sub or something like that. I didn't really get the feeling that it's a pizza sub per se, because most pizza subs are just like pepperoni and some other kinds of pizza toppings inside, and there's also meatballs. So this is more like a meatball sub with the pepperoni pizza toppings, specifically the pepperoni, the sauce, and the cheese. This is actually a really good sub. If I had to order again, I probably would have gone with the small, because honestly I didn't expect it to be the size that it is, but that makes it good for at least 2 meals, maybe 3, if I cut the cards right. So that's something also to think about. But yeah, I mean, all in all, Firehouse Subs is really good. I don't know about any of their other subs, but I will vouch for this one here. Right here. Yummy. So, with that being said, this is another food review with Fatty. I give the thumbs up. For everybody that's new out there, please do like and subscribe. Please do tell everybody about the videos and the channel. Any of that support would be appreciated. Also, I have a Patreon in the description link. If you decide you want to donate to Patreon to help out and support the channel, that's just fine. If not, we do have merch for Food Reviews with Fatty and J-Pump Music, located in the description box below as well. That could also help support the channel for either one of those merch channels. So that's something to also think about. So, help us out any way you can. I would be much appreciated. If there's anybody out there looking for instrumentals that does music, rap, hip-hop, you name it, I do have a little wide variety of different kinds of beats and different genres of beats. And I'm willing to work on, like what I can do with it. And I'm also willing to work and haggle with people about pricing. I do have contracts for exclusive and leases for the J-Pump Music business, and if there's anybody that wants to do any business with me, you can actually send an email to foodreviewswithfatty, PHATTY, @gmail.com. I do actually accept that in the general sense. All work has to come with contract for any kind of promotions that you may want me to do. I don't mind that. Being an up-and-coming channel, I do just ask that there's a contractual agreement in order to make sure that I do get paid and you do get your promotion. I have no problem doing that, and I'm more than willing to represent myself in this situation should it arise. So that's something to think about. Also, for all you lovely people out there that have your own businesses and you'd like to get some promotion, I'm sure we could try to work something out. I mean, I'm more than willing to review whatever anybody thinks that they'd like to see me review food-wise, or drinks. So if you have any ideas for things you'd like to see in the future, please do comment on the video, any of the videos. And if I see the comment and it says that, hey, I want you to do this or that, I mean, obviously I can't answer every single comment back, but I'll be more than happy to go ahead and put you in the queue, like a list of reviews. That way I can try to satisfy everybody's needs individually, one at a time, in future videos. So that's something to look forward to. Also, I do have other videos coming up. I'm doing the Royal Crispy Chicken review. I'll be doing a few other reviews, including I'm going to actually be reviewing 3 separate sets of toxic waste hazardous sour candies. That's one. I also will be doing a review of the Snoop Dogg flavored potato chips, OG barbecue. I'll be doing a review of those, so look out for that. And I'm also going to be doing a video with a cream pie contest. That's right, I said it, cream pie contest. Along with a comprehensive review of a Wendy's versus McDonald's breakfast. That's actually going to be shot here shortly. Not today, of course, but over the weekend I plan to have something like that and that nature coming out as well. So please do keep a lookout. And all you lovely people, have a great weekend. Have a great Labor Day weekend. And I'll have a great birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday to Jay, a.k.a. Fatty. In which case, this is the end of my food review. And I would like to say one thing. And what that is we're going to go ahead and call it a day. So, a day. Fatty out.